Wrong fader. Yeah, you're listening to KBFT 89.9 FM, and we are just ready to get into our Karen Drift Anishinaabemoin language radio show here on KBFT. We usually go into this for about an hour, up until the noon hour. And so she is waiting, ready and waiting here. And yeah, it's Tuesday, July 6th. I'm just reminding myself, I keep forgetting we usually record these. And, anyhow, I'm going to get things rolling here. Just want to let everybody know that um, uh-oh. Today is June 6th. So we're moving along. Everything's going pretty quick as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, I can't believe we're already at June 6th here. And of course, my computer don't want to. There we go. Let's see. It doesn't want to respond, or at least the back button don't want to respond. Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. That's where it is. I'm being backwards. I just got to remember to switch my brain when I do when I do different things. All right, there we go. Perfect. All right. I'll get it as as the show goes on here. Anyhow, like I said, we usually start off with our introductions, and they call me Redbird, and how you would say that is Mishkubanes and Mishkubanes Indigenous cause. So my name is Redbird, and Migizi Nindun Dame, and the eagle would be my clan, and Onanami Zaagi'igining, that would be where I am from, and that is over in Lake Vermilion on the sector 2 of our reservation, I guess it would be known as. And yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. I'm happy to be here, and glad that you are listening. And I'm going to pass it over to Aunty Karen here, and she's going to introduce herself, and then she's going to address some of the latest things that have been on her mind. So I hope music goes.
Uju Minokijeb. Uju Minokijeb. Bangiko Sinagujing. A little bit cold out, Jeba, this morning. No kumis only Jinikazo. Grandma is what I'm called. It's one of my Anishinaabe names. Jinikazo is named. But Bigu Pananiki Abi Oma. I've been here all my life. And just thinking, I have nothing to do all day but sit and think and do a little this and that and post stuff. And I was like George, he said, is Misko. That's why it's good to know your colors. See, Misko is red, the color red. Misko. Benes, you could see a bird. Beneshi. Beneshi. Benes. So they say redbird, Misko Benes. And then like yellow, Uzawa is yellow. Like there's Indian names in yellow. Uzawa Benes, yellow bird. Uzawa Benes. in black, Makade, Makade Bines, blackbird. There's names like in colors like blue. Ozawashko is blue. Ozawashko Gijikwe, that's my little granddaughter. I gave her that name when she was born. Tyler's little girl. Ozawa Shko. Ozawashko is blue. Ozawashko Gijik. Gijik is sky. Blue sky. Kwe. You know, Kwe is a lady. Ozawashko Gijikwe. Blue sky lady. All these, you can, if you listen closely, if you know your colors, or say I have a grandson, he's called Nish Gabu. Two, you know, Nish Gabu is two standing. Gabo is standing. Two standing. And you know that, and it's good to know your numbers too. Like they have like the days, like Nungum is Nisha Gishik, 2 days, you know, and like Friday is Nano Gishik. See, you see up the 5 in there, Nano. Bejik Nish Niswe Niwin Nanan, but you just switch it to O, Nano Gishik, the 5th day, and that the first day is Monday. And you know that's why it's good to know Wabandan Nish Wawashke Shije Ba. I seen 2 deer this morning. Nigi Wababa Bejik Wawashke Shije Ba. I seen 1 deer this morning. And you can just keep like Nigi Wabama Nan Nananiok. See, you say Bejik Nish Nisui Niwin Nanan. Or you could say Nigi Wabama Nanan. Nanan na Wawashke Shiwa Jeba this morning. And that's why it's good to know all your like animals, numbers, colors, and just simple words. But like I said, I you know, you can see if you listen closely to the Indian words, you can, if you know your like numbers and like cold, the weather, like Sina, cold this morning. Gijate, it's Gijate, it's hot this morning. Or Nudin, it's windy this morning. Nudin, and you know there's give me one Bijinago. It was raining yesterday. Give me one Bijinago. Raining yesterday, and there's just a lot of things. We had Bijinago, we had Chi'aya'a Anishinaabemoin. That's elders. Chi'aya'a Anishinaabemoin. See, you could probably say, oh, something about language. Anishinaabemoin, you could understand that. Nungum today. And, or Bijinago was yesterday. And we had there was like 10, 11 people there, had a good time. It's always good when there's a lot of people there talking, exchanging, you know, what they know, and I can't remember what we talked about. Oh, we talked about elders. Yeah, Bijinago. Bijinago Niki Gikido Chiayaag. We talked about elders yesterday. And there's a lot of young elders that were there. They just turned 55 or the only old ones were there. That was me, Mary Bell, and Heart Warrior. And the rest were, young elders that speak up and, they remember things when they were, and that's what we need to carry it on, We need them to learn about how it was from older elders, Anyway, that's what we had yesterday. And then we had what else did we do? Oh, the powwow. That was I went there just on Sunday just to go look for my little girl, my little Don Kubidogan. That means great grandchild. Don Kubidogan. That's how you say great. Anyway, her little friend was dancing and she had a jingle dress and she wants one now. So that's what I was looking for at the powwow, but they didn't have any. And I found my granddaughter Kara's dress and I bought it up, and there's a lot of jingles on there, but she's 22 now, I think, and she wore it when she was like 16, and I was thinking of using them jingles to make her a little jingle dress, or have Carlene help me make it. But anyway, she called me and she said, "Grandma, can you make me a jingle bell dress?" Yeah, I said, I'll, she's only like 6 years old. And so I said, yeah, I could make you a jingle bell dress. So that's what I've been thinking of working on.
Nice. You get a project anyway, huh?
Yeah. Brent bought me some word find books. I lost all I just quit, so I'm doing them now, something I can sit and do.
Yeah. I know my mom does puzzles. Her and her great grandson.
Oh,
They sit around and do puzzles.
that's one thing I can never do because of my fingers. They're all arthritis. I can't do any puzzles, or I can at least do a crossword or a word find.
Yeah.
And I would, long time ago we used to do puzzles. Now I go in skitusi.
I know what we should do for everybody. We should do a bingo game. Remember I showed you that bingo board that we had?
Yeah.
I know, I don't know if Ashley's still working for the tribe, but she wanted to do a bingo game too, like maybe in the afternoon. I don't know when everybody takes their kichi what would that be, Naba?
Yeah.
Naba ants? No.
Yeah. What would you say? Gosh, against Naba catnap.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yep. I don't know when they do that, but we try to schedule it, to, I guess, just create activity,
Like an elder.
Yeah.
Elder, even what would they used to have like a food bingo, animal bingo.
Yeah.
And just
Yeah, it doesn't have to be for cash. Maybe gift certificates that businesses could provide.
Yeah.
So if any of you are out there and you want to be part of something like that, reach out to my or KBFT's fundraising guy, and that's Dale Luganville. I know he's feverishly working and things are kind of coming together, and I'm excited, to have some participation from our local communities, not just Nett Lake. So good to see. I know we'll start doing a lot more of this on air activity, kind of interactive stuff, engagement, and that's really what our funders like for us to create is engagement. And of course, bingo is engaging, right?
Yeah.
So that'd be really good. So look forward to that. We do need some help. So if there's any programs that want to take the helm on that, we can definitely work with you, partner with you, and get some of this activity for our elders, because I know it's important to keep active, and when your fingers are gone or your hearing is gone, or that type of thing, we need to come up with some creative ways to engage. So talk to us if you're interested in that. Just say, hey, I heard you mention on the air. Excuse me. But yeah, just letting Auntie catch up on her. You had any questions for today's show yet?
Um, I was talking about clans here last week
Mm-hmm.
or the week before. Anyway, I come across this person who started talking about mermaids, and they mermaids used to be a clan, the mermaid clan. I don't know way back when, but Anishinaabemoin do them. They're saying they were a mermaid clan. Anishinaabemoin they do them, and the mermaid and water spirits. That the mermaid comes from the water spirits. Uh, the mermaid and water spirits gave Anishinaabe medicine. One of the medicines that was given to us was copper, um, Mishibwe honored women for the power they bestowed to bring life into this world. It was that life blood was a connection to the spiritual world, into the physical world. Water is sacred in all of us, and is one in four elements. Nanabuju fell in love with a water being, a mermaid, a Boanabikwe. The story is told in our communities and within our water ceremonies that the women held. It was the woman that gave these items they bought. Oh, I lost it. Where is it? Oh, I lost that post. But oh yeah, there it is. Um, uh, honored women for the power they bestowed to bring light into this world. Nanabuju fell in love with a mermaid. The story is told in our communities and within our water ceremonies that the women held. It was the woman that gave us these items. They brought these things into this world: the big drum, the hand drum, the pipe, the rattle. I was told by an elder years ago to have water and also medicine as you sleep. Take these as you travel through dreams. Gifts are received. You will dream, then you'll get a gift or something. That's what they're saying as you sleep. Take these as you travel. And I remember that's what my mom used to do. Every time they come from zaagi'igining, she'd have like a quart jar full of water by her. Oh, that she'd even bring it in the house. Let's open our minds and let's retell the stories of our people and also those beings in the water. Let's open our homes so they can dwell within our hearts. Then that we honor the spirit of the life of our people because we're all related. We're all lowered down from the sky, world to the earth. And this is Ojibwe clan customs, the mermaid clan. Bowanabikwe.
Biwanabikwe.
Yeah. But you know that's one person that would be good to talk about this is Billy Blackwell.
Yeah, then Naskibanes, isn't he supposed to meet with him?
Yeah, he's supposed to go down there pretty soon. I don't know when him and Jay are supposed to go down there.
Yeah, I know. Just for everybody out there, you know, if we bring up topics here, like Karen just did, and she knows somebody that has that kind of knowledge, you can always ask her. Don't be afraid to text her. She's available for that. One of the ways you can get in touch with her also is right on Facebook, of course, and instant message her in that way. Do you want me to give you your number out again? I can't remember what the heck it was though.
218-750-7268.
7268. 218-750-7268. So if you got questions about that, she really loves interacting with everybody, and of course that brings up more subjects for us to talk about here on the show, you know, if it's appropriate. And so, you know, reach out and you know, ask questions, or maybe you have some other knowledge about it, and you would help, you know, some of the people that she interacts with on her communication channels or social media, or, you know, even if you you know, if you came to the village last week, you probably could have run into her and asked where she was, and people would have directed you towards her at any given time. So you're more than welcome to reach out to Auntie here, and she'll do her best. Like Billy Blackwell, I mean, I know, and that's the other thing about this people, or ladies and gentlemen, or Anishinaabe, or if you're listening out there, is that a lot of our elders, you know, they have a hard time with their mobility. And, you know, of course, all of us are getting up there in age, and we don't last forever. And so you want to kind of be aware of that, you know. So not very many of our elders travel well. I know we've often wanted to bring up Carl Gaboy, you know, for various presentations, you know, and it's something that, you know, we could probably go down there and give him a ride to bring him up here. But, you know, we always worry about his energy level and, you know, his health and all that. But it would really be something, or the way to observe it would be just to, you know, ask where our elders are, because they're not, you know, they're not just walking through the hallways. They're not, you know. So you got to seek them out, and that's part of the process too. Is you know, finding your elders and showing that respect, you know, or at least that desire of what you seek is in honesty, and you know, that you're willing to make that effort.
I got this post here too from two of my grandsons. It's from Little Don, one in Gagey Parker. Can you see that?
Yeah.
That is, they're saying that. What are they saying?
It says.
That's the way.
It says how it's a meme. It's got it's got old Jim Carrey as probably that pet detective show that he did. And there's a gift that was sent to Auntie here, and it says, "How me and Parker Parks were looking at you talking about mermaids." And then let me see what it does. I think this is when he starts talking like a mermaid. Oh no. Well, anyway, it's pretty funny.
Anyway, I was getting a lot of things. Like I even got one from Keith Sokola,
Mm-hmm.
and he didn't say nothing. I got one from, but they were all talking about like somebody said no seashells, and
Mm-hmm.
Keith Sokola said mermaids too.
Oh, why did the Little Mermaid wear seashells or something like that? Oh yeah, that's what it was. Why did the Little Mermaid wear seashells?
Yeah.
Because she outgrew her bee shells.
Oh.
Yeah. That's a sick joke. Yeah.
Then somebody said, I know a person who saw Sasquatch. I had a video but cleared my, I don't know. I will look for it. So powerful about these stories. But yeah, there's, that was a long time ago when they had Bois around.
Mm-hmm.
And they even, I never hear of them clans anymore.
You know, remember I was telling you about that metal statue that's up in, I think around Couchiching Reserve up there around Fort Francis.
Mm-hmm.
Did I send you that picture?
I don't think so.
Okay, I'm gonna send it to you if I'm gonna look for it, because it just popped up in my memories like about 2 weeks ago or something like that. But yeah, I often I see that and I think to myself, you know, why would they put a mermaid there? You know,
Mm-hmm.
but it probably comes from them from Iquay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wannabe.
Okay, I just had to remember it in my head. So yeah, it's starting to stick with me, and the more I talk about it, and the more like
Mm-hmm.
everybody out there, if you're listening, the more you use it, be quick.
Yeah.
Yep, just use it, even if you're using it with your English. You know, it helps to stick in your head, and that's a word that I'll definitely remember. Just because I have this picture, I'm gonna send you.
Yeah, and then, you know, there's always some word that'll stick to you forever. I don't know whatever, you know, some word you hear. It's,
So how I would say this is Bijinagu, Niwabama,
Bijinagu.
Bijinagu, Niwabama, Memengwa.
Yeah. Butterfly. Yeah, I seen a butterfly. Yesterday I seen a butterfly.
Okay. I thought he was just beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Bijinagu Nigiwabama Memengwa. Yesterday I saw Bijinagu Nigiwabama Ginebig. Yesterday I saw a
Big
snake.
snake.
Yeah. Bijinagu Nigiwabama Bineshi.
Oh, well, I don't. How would I say? I'd say Nij or Niswe. How would I say weeks? Like the Bayaganeg something 2 weeks ago.
She. Oh, how did I say that last week? She, geez, it was easy to say.
Yeah, I remember you brought it up. Yeah.
Just one word in front of it. Oh.
I'll find out.
It's getting hard for me to remember words, even because I'm not really.
So I'd say like Nij daso anamaiigijik.
Yeah, that's one way
Uh-huh.
to a zigizig. A zigizig, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
That's a week.
Okay.
A zigizig.
Zigizig. So that's probably all it was said around here.
Nisha zigizig.
Yep.
2 weeks.
Nijo.
A zigizig.
Mm-hmm. Nijo ajigijik. Niwabama Kji Maingan.
Yeah, big wolf.
Yeah, he was big. I was like, holy man, that's like one that you would see like way out west in British Columbia. You know, where you'd probably be bigger than if you stood him up, holding him, standing up.
Yeah.
You'd be like past your head.
Must have been.
Mm-hmm.
Must have been an elder.
Yeah.
An old.
Yeah, I was like, holy man, that, you know, because he just waited on the side of the road, and he must have been just looking down the road.
Mm-hmm.
When I was coming up, I was riding my motorcycle, and then I just saw him out of the corner of my eye, and he turned around and he just trotted off into the woods. But I seen how big he was, and I was like, oh man.
They say I never seen a little baby wolf.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I
think they stay close to the den.
They probably do because they're tiny. They're little.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know when was that? Wassanago the other day. Wassanago is the other day. Vera said she's seen little tiny wawashkeshis right inside the road.
Oh, what?
And he hid in a brush.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't. She said she just parked there and watched him.
Yeah.
And the mother wasn't too far away. She said waiting.
Yeah.
For her to go.
Well, I think they instinctively just stop and stay still as much as they can. I don't know how long they don't have a smell to them either, so like a wolf wouldn't be able to pick up on a scent.
There's lots of things about awesiag animals. Awesiag or like any kind of animal.
You know, it was on my mind. Let me see. Over the weekend, I believe today's Nijo Gizigut, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it was on Anamai Gizigut that I don't know why it came in my head, but I was trying to think of, are there words for left and right in Anishinaabemoin?
I don't really know.
Yeah, because I look it up too, and there's nothing there.
Yeah, like I was trying to find that word shake hands because I knew it. I know it has ninji in there.
Well, you could say
hands.
Here it says your hands. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ninji. How you say shake your hands? You say gizinji na.
Gizinji na.
Yeah. Gita zinji na away nini. Shake that man's hand.
Mm-hmm.
And nini is a man. Gita zinji na away. Shake his hand, whoever that is. Gita with zinji na. See, you could see fingers in there.
Uh-huh.
Ninji.
And then would it be like Nick would be more like a hand? No?
No, that's an arm.
Oh, okay. That's what this is. It's saying left hand, and how would it say left hand is Namajinik.
Jinik, yeah.
Namanjinik.
Yeah. See, you look up arm, and then that's
That's Nick.
a nick, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And nikad is a leg.
Okay.
And then Ninji are your fingers or your hands.
Okay. Uh-oh.
These
Maybe that's vocalage.
Wagonan.
Well, anyway, yeah. I'm going to let Auntie take that call. It might be a question for the show or a comment.
What?
We
What?
are,
I'm on radio.
let me see, in the, still in the 10 o'clock hour.
Okay.
It's 10:44 currently right now. I'm trying to bring up some weather information for you. It looks like it's going to be, hey, somebody took, oh, there it is. Let's see, somebody took my weather words away. Hey, it's stuck there. Well, anyhow, I'll update on the weather. What we're trying to do, or what I'm trying to do, is be able to give everybody the weather in Anishinaabemoin. I know you're always, giving me hints that we should be doing that, and so we're really going to make an effort. I think I feel confident enough, and then that we'll talk about things like, of course, everybody that.
Like you could say Nungum today.
Mm-hmm.
Gishate, hot.
Yeah.
Or you could say what kind of like south wind.
Mm-hmm.
Jawa Nudin, Nungum. Or you could say if it's like 55 degrees out, you could say Nanan. Nanan Ashinana.
Yep.
I don't know how you say degrees. You could just say degrees.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I know. Remember, I said they were using that
Mizunobi tongue used to tease me about. We used to say Bertha talk. That's Indian, half Indian and half English.
Yeah. Yep. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you go ahead while I take care of this.
Yeah, because me and him used to, when we were way younger, we used to talk Indian.
Oh, okay.
And then we would talk half English. And there was a lady long time ago that she was married. She was from Wisconsin, and she married Bill Lightfeather or Jim Lightfeather. Yeah, and they lived up on where Myra's house is now, and she was like, she looked like Wentiguji Kwe, but she must have been learning her language being married to him, and so she would talk half English and half Indian, and that's what we start doing, and we'd say, oh, your Bertha talk, and
Mm-hmm.
then we'd make a joke of it, and we'd talk like that's what I was telling George. You can say non degrees, 55 degrees, Gujing outside.
There's a guy at KXE radio in Grand Rapids that does the weather like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna reach out to him and just see what he was taught, and maybe I could use, maybe he's got a word for degrees. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's like Bijinago gave me one yesterday. It rained, or else Gigi Kitawag, they're saying, give me one Dibikung, rain tonight. There's a lot of ways to mention like weather things on an Indian.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jessie used to come over to walk to our house, and she used to say, "Taki ya Gujing." That meant cold wind. Taki ya Gujing, she'd say. Or she'd say, she used to say the other, like, she used to say, damp outside. I can't remember how. There's a lot of things but they come back to me after. Like this, I was talking to my
How about this word? Jaka for damp? No? Jacuzzi? No? Yeah, there's no recording on here. Is damp, that's what it's kind of trying to say here, is Zhakiz, kazi, jacuzzi. It says it's related more to a something, an animal or something living.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're damp.
Yeah, it'll probably come to me later.
Okay.
When I think about how she used to say that. Oh, I was talking to my grandson this morning about the rice. I said, oh, I said, it was Sinat on Shabbat. It was cold this morning. And I said, oh, that cold weather is good for the rice. Cold at night and hot during the day. I said, now's the time. I see postings on Facebook. People are I think in White Earth or Leech Lake.
Yeah, I'm just asking you to pull that up because it's. Oh, I see. It's backwards. I'll help you.
Okay. I'm Indianish.
Yeah, I can see that it's stuck. Oh, sorry. Oh, that's why I gotta come over the top. There you go.
Oh, okay. Like I said.
I know it's hard for us to. Those
Like
things.
I said, I'm Indianish. I don't even know what I'm.
Yeah, well, we appreciate you making the effort.
That's what all the old people used to say a long time ago. Indianish, they'd say. They didn't know how to do anything or work anything. Anyway, we were talking about there's people posting on Facebook, but they're starting to make push poles in some res, and they're selling them big push poles and shows a picture of them how long they want them. But that's about the time my grandpa and them used to be getting ready for the racing time. They would clean their shores, where they'd even pull the weeds on a trail that they go out to the rice beds. Where now you've got weeds slapping you in the face and everything when you're trying to paddle out. But they had a nice clearing there and then they'd pull weeds and they'd bring them to shore and then I don't know later if they'd burn them or whatever. But it was clear, there was no weeds all along the shore. And I don't know how Girls Landing is. I just go to, it's like there's Strong's Landing and then there was Smith's Landing, where Pete Smith and Mary Smith's Landing. And there was the next landing was Walgie's Landing. That was Lester's grandma. They called her Walgie. And all the way down that was where Girls Landing. That was Porter's Landing back then. And like I said, Wemtigouji's Landing. But my grandpa and them would be getting ready June, July. And they wouldn't have to, just scramble around right during when they're gonna manomanike, make rice, manomanike, and my grandpa would be carving big panels, and he'd make paddles for parching, you know. He'd have certain made paddles to parch rice and just paddles to use to go out. Then they'd be making. I'd see all my uncles there. They would be making knocking sticks and they didn't have giveaway bags like they did a long time ago. They would have like them old ladies used to make rice bags. They'd sew rice bags. I don't know where they get some.
That's just like a Bemis bag.
Yeah, I know they used to keep rice in them. They pick, fill them up in Bemis bags. And I remember Lester's mother used to be sewing, making rice bags. Now, they give plastic bags away, but that's where then they'd be all ready. They'd have wood. My uncles would cut wood and have big stacks of wood, firewood all lined up here for fire, for parching. They already had a place where they dug like holes there, and my grandpa had like a 4-man parcher where 4 people could zaagi'igining. That means parch rice, zaagi'igining. And then they'd even have a place where they boishkum. That's jig rice. They would boishkum, and they had like 2 big long like poles to a person to hang on to. It was kind of shaped like a maybe a bee like, and where they hung on there, they'd be in the ground. And they had like a racing camp, everything. I had one in the back of my house there in the woods. I had they cleared it out back there after my grandma and grandpa and left it in. And right where I live now, it was like I had like a clock on my tree where we checked the time that we would put in to zaagi'igining, like 45 minutes to an hour. So we'd have a clock just there to time it. Then we had a table back there, and we had like a house, not a house, but it was just like four poles up, and then we had like kind of like a high roof, and it was to keep the sun out. They'd line it with cedar. We had cedar up there, and even that would smell good when the fire would get so hot, and we'd sometimes parch for 6 hours, even maybe 6 parches a day. And we had a big canvas that was kept for years, that where we would put our rice when it was we already got this again. It was nice and brown, and it smelled good when and everybody would pitch in. There was nobody timshky there, nobody lazy. They'd all work. They'd relieve each other when they would get tired. Their arms would get tired of zaagi'igining, marching, and they'd take turns jigging the rice. That was boishkum, means jigging, boishkum. They'd have like 2 sets of moccasins there that went up to their knees, and they'd wear them. They'd wear them during zaagi'igining.
You know, when they were doing that, I always wondered how would you say, can you use the word kakanabike, bite, kakanabate.
What does that?
I'm trying to say like it gets smoky or it is smoky.
Oh yeah.
Probably might say it differently around here. I don't know, but this is what it just says. Kikana bate.
Kanabite. Yeah, and then there's a lot of smoke in here. Sometimes your eyes get just sore from kapasike, all that smoke.
I'm trying to think of
I had the word
skit,
skijik.
skijik. Where did that word go? Oh, what did you say? Skijik?
Skijik.
Oh, skijik gaskiz. Okay, your eyes get dry.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, gosh, kiz. He or she is drying it or by smoking or dry by, I suppose that's more of a somebody like smoking fish or something like that. So I'm probably wrong. Anyway, should we take a break? I want to go grab another cup of coffee. It's kind of tasting good today. So. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna drink my tea.
Okay. All right. Come back and join us here.
can't remember. You just have to listen to the words and then you can understand this Indian song even. This one is this is the one the little Head Start kids would dance to when Ani and Ni G they're saying. Gawi Ni Candizi, I don't know. No, Gawin they're saying. Gawin, I don't know. Gawin Ni Candizi. Gawin. Gawin Ni Candizi. You know Gawin. I don't know. Gawin Ni Candizi. Gawin.
Could you also use something like namunj?
Oh, that's I don't. Oh yeah. Like a munch. I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Munch.
But you could use going in Candizi.
Yeah, then you could use it in another way. Gawin Ni Candizi.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right. Well, did you want to take another your own break?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom, then I'll be
Okay.
right back.
All right. Well, I'm going to give them update on the weather and all that good stuff. Maybe a couple of community events. I wanted to remind everybody that KBFT, or at least let everybody know, we've been so busy. It's hard to get. descendant of the Callista region and Doyon shareholder, Chief Investment Officer of the Multi-Asset Strategy at Alaska Permanent Capital Management. There you go. And of course, they have the money. You know, they got all that oil going on there, so they know how to play with it in the right way. Offering some advice on today's Native America calling, and they're going to feature the need for more Native women in finance. And let's see, we're going to get back to the show. Auntie is back, and yeah, what do you want to cover the rest of the show?
Dibikong is last night. Dibikong.
Oh, okay.
Niki Bawajige. Boy was ass. I was dreaming of a little boy last night. And Niki Ni'a, I was lost I think it was in Michigan. I was lost. And I was trying to find my daughter to go tell her I was lost. And here I picked up my phone, and my phone was dead. And I couldn't call her. And there was people walking back and forth, like they were walking back and forth. They were all spirit strangers. I didn't know anybody. But this little boy stuck by me. He was about 8, 9 years old, little thin Indian boy. And he didn't, he would talk to me and stuff, and he was trying to help me find my way back. And then I had my purse with me, and I dug in my purse, and I had like Bezigwabik. I had $1. Then I dug in there, and then pretty soon I had Niswabik, $3. So I gave him two. Nij, Nigi, me, Nigo. I gave him. And it was crowded there. You couldn't hardly even walk around. And I was standing there, and somebody was telling me, Audie's coming to get you. He's going to come find you. And I was waiting and looking out for him to come and see where I was and to bring me back to where I was supposed to be going. But that little boy just stuck with me. And why I think I was dreaming that was because I'm ready to give Indian name to a little boy, and I'll be doing that pretty soon. But in my dream, I gotta look closely at what I was dreaming about. We were finding something to drink, and I was looking at that coffee and outside at that. And like I said, like my Bawajige, that's a dream. Bawajige. If that's what I said yesterday. If you dream of bears or any kind of oasiag animal, wolf, any deer, any kind of animal, that's a spiritual dream. And if you dream of like flowers or butterfly, any kind of manidusag, them are insects. Manidusag, that's what they're called. Like butterflies or some kind of bugs or like ladybugs, the bugs that are out taking care of the zaagi'igining, the lake. They're like they take care of it for rice, and you see all the bugs out there when you're ricing. You see all different kinds, spiders, everything. Them are manidusag. They're called little spirits. Manidusag. You dream of them, or if you dream of like lightning, nimkik, wawase, lightning, thunder, nimkik, dream of them, the moon, just things like that. Them are part of a spiritual dream that you're having, and I'm always dreaming of kids all the time. It's little girls, little boys, little babies, and I think I'm finally finding out what my gift was, just to work with little kids, or work with children, and that's what my husband did. He worked in schools all the time. He worked all over Tower, or all them when he was alive. And he used to tell me a lot of things, how he worked with Indian kids. He worked with all Indian kids in schools, like how they Ruth and them are now. They're working with the Indian kids, and I learned a lot from him. Like, he was telling me, he said, he said, take a can of pop, and he said, tell the kids back then when I first started working at Head Start. Some of them little kids or elementary, I think. Some of them would be angry. They were angry about something. Shkadiziyuk, they were mad. Shkadiziyuk, away benujiyuk. And I used to try to talk to them. And so one morning I took a can of pop to school with me. And there was like there was 7 little kids there. They were like in the second grade. I was second grade, where there was a couple of them that were really skadaziyuk. They were mad. I know they were carrying something, and I stood them all in a line. I said, first one, I said, take this can of pop. I said, it's full. And I said, now shake it, shake that pop as hard as you could. Shake it up. And I said, turn it in, Jane, pass it to the next person. And he did. Each one they'd shake that pop. And then when it got to the 7th kid, I said, shake it up and then open it up. So that little kid opened that pop up on the last one, and it exploded all over. It went all over. And that's how I talked to them about with their anger. I said, see, you get mad and you explode. I told them, if you don't get your whatever it is bothering you, I said, and see, it went all over. It exploded, just like when a person gets mad, they don't talk about things, and it eventually explodes. And that's that. I told especially them 2 little boys that were angry, and they pick on other kids, for they're supposed to deal with their little anger. But and I said, write. I told them, write on a piece of paper why you're angry. I had all of them do that. You don't have to you could put nice things too. I said, don't. So that's what they start doing. I said, no, don't show me what you wrote down. I said, don't show me. So I focused on these 2 little boys I said, we'll go 2 at a time. There's a big rock up here by we're in this Head Start right next to the radio here, and there's some rocks back there. And I got these two little boys, and I said, "Now, did you write something down now that was bothering you?" And they said, "Yeah." So I said, "Fold it up really nice." I said, and well, we had helpers, so I went out with them in the back, and I said, "Now I ain't gonna look where you're gonna go hide your paper, your little note." I said, and so they went up there, and I said, um, "One go up first, so we can't see where you hit your paper. The other one go up next, see where you know." Then they come back down, and I said, "Okay, tomorrow when we come back to school, we'll look. You can go find your paper and read it." Or, I told them. And after that, I said, "You can tear it up into little pieces or burn it, or not burn it, but just tear it into little pieces where nobody can read it, just you. That that means that you're telling how you're feeling inside you. I don't know what, maybe someday if you want to tell me how what you wrote, you can, but you don't have to." And it seemed to help, the little kids. And that's what I try to tell my son, my youngest son, when he was kind of in his 40s. He had a drinking problem. And that's what my husband told him to do. He said, go sit at Landing Road somewhere alone and take a tablet and write down everything. He said, "I can't. I didn't like what I was writing," he said, "so I just give it up." "Well, yeah, you shouldn't give it up." I said, "Just keep trying. That's the trouble." I said, you give up on things. You keep things inside you." I said, but that's what I was telling my grandson again to this morning. I said, these kids, they have to go through something, something bad, not really bad, but mainly drinking. I said, or smoking. I said, and then I said, we went through that. We were like that when we were kids, growing up, teenagers. I said, we were all the same. We'd show notchige. That means raise Cain, raise hell. Show notchige. I said, well, everybody goes through that. Some go bad, some not too bad, and right now I'm having problems with my grandkids that are and there's nothing I can. Lester would tell me, "What can you do about it?" He'd say, "Not." I'd say, "Nothing." Well, there you go. There's nothing you can do. You can't go drag them home. They're over 18. They don't, and they go, gibis and dogsy. They don't listen. That just, you could pray, pray and pray, and still, I know there's a couple things that work for me, which I don't wanna say over the radio, but if you wanna ask me, I'll tell you, you know, just as a personal talk or something. And it kind of it was kind of bad what I did, but it helped. It helped one of my sons. But I never even told him what I did in my ceremony. But it worked. But there's a lot of things that people can help, especially elders, because they've been through that. through things like this all their lives, like, things that happened, deaths and watching your kids go down, watching your kids go up, and all this and there was one word I was thinking, oh, I remember that word my grandma used to say. She used to say chunenemo. Chunenemo. She used to talk about something chunenemo. And I remember I asked her, what does chunenemo mean? I was just a little girl. She said that means someone that thinks they're better than somebody else. Chunenemo. And I said, chunenemo. And that always stuck in my head. But then she explained, she said, there's nobody better than anybody else, she always told me, but that's the word they use, chunenemo. And there's a lot of words that she used that isn't in a dictionary or, that, like, I wrote them all down, but I didn't, I don't know what maybe I have them in here. I have a bunch of things I wrote down these words that what I used to hear her Gikidogawe Chiayag. She used to put also when you have like your eye is broke or you break your you damage your eye, and they used to call it boshgabit, you know. And there's I was talking about Boajige again, and this I should have said with it when I was talking about getting ready for racing in maybe July or end of June or something. I should have on my Boajigamin, that means dreams that you dream. Boajigamin, that we dream. Boajiga is just a dream. Boajigamin is what we dream. Anyway, I have a notebook that I write in. It said the 1st of March. I wrote on this one, 2023. I had a dream of wild rice on Nett Lake, hardly any, but some that's. But for me, I think that's too early for me to dream of the lake. But there was some, but hardly any. That's what I was dreaming. And then I was having a lot of dream of miinan. Them are blueberries. On February, I had a dream of miinan and wild rice in Cash's old house. His mother was there passing it out. She was reminding me to have a spring ceremony. That's why I dreamt that, because I was being reminded to have a spring ceremony. And there's dreams that come to you that they remind you to do things. In on March 21st, I had a dream we were in the woods picking blueberries. It was real hot. Everyone was drinking ice water, and they said the blueberries were being burnt because of the hot weather. And I was just a couple nights ago, or last week I was dreaming I was buying a whole quart of vodka in I had it in a bag and I was holding it. It wasn't open, but I had it and I was wondering, why am I buying this vodka? I don't drink anymore. And here that was reminding me to have a ceremony for the lake. And the one I was talking about, there was just me and Vera and Ken, little Ken Strong down there. He was already parked there when they got there. He didn't know about the ceremony, but he said it. I said, "What are you doing around?" He said, "Oh, I'm just sitting here watching the lake." He said, "I always come down here." He said, "I can't get down at my grandpa's landing because it's all bushed over." And he said, "But," and I said, "Oh," he said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm doing a ceremony for the lake." And I had my grandson buy me a little tiny bottle of whiskey, and I had my Sama, and he couldn't get out the car either. He was in a van. He was bringing someone to the clinic, and so I did my ceremony close there where it came in, and that's where I went in. You have to dump that liquor into the water, and then your tobacco, and to uh, give the lake. Then I threw a quarter and a dime and a nickel in the water. But I couldn't throw far, but it went in the water. My coins went, silver coins went in the water. But I couldn't get past them. Them weeds were. So I just dumped I, I opened that little bottle of liquor and then I put it on, rubbed it on my forehead. If you don't drink, that's what you do. You put your finger in there and then you rub it on your forehead, or you can put it on your tongue. Then after that I dumped them, and they do the same thing because the people you're with they put it on their forehead or they put it on their tongue, and then they put tobacco out along with yours. And they can put silver in the water because the spirits like water. I mean, the spirits like silver, and that's just me giving to the lake, paying the lake for everything, like the rice, the manedusag, the water spirits, all the water animals or whatever, fish, everything, and that's just for that's just for you know paying back. Because if you do something for somebody, you'll get it back somehow in some kind of a good payment or and, and that's why we now that the rice should be coming in, hopefully go down there and put some salmon down and just say miigwech, zaagi'igining. Thank you, Lake. Or thank you, Nett Lake. Miigwech, miigwech, asabikone zaagi'igining. Or miigwech, asabikone zaagi'igining. There's different ways people say the Nett Lake. I just say asabikone zaagi'igining. A lot of them say asabikone zaagi'igining. And that's just paying back. Same way when you go pick a meat, you put salmon down. You're paying Mother Earth to pick the berries, to take them, and eat them. Same way, even when I went to go get water from the spring out by log cabin, it even put salmon down just to take the water, and be, paying the earth to take things, you know, and like what they do, you know, they there's a lot of things that they do and they don't pay, you know, like you do good things to people and they do good things back, you get it back. You know, like me, I do a lot of stuff for people. Some don't give me back, but some do. I ask for things and some won't do it, and but I say, well, Manu, that's okay. Manu means, oh, that's okay. You know, and there's something. Oh, then I had a dream of my good friend Julia Boney. We were at Wooden Frogs and there was a small fire going. And she told me I'll see you in June at the powwow. And she already passed quite a while ago, but I was thinking one of them Wooden Frogs should go down there and build a little fire and have burn like some food, like have a little feast there. But Jenny's in a nursing home and there's nobody, I don't think, out there. But they should do that. Maybe Chief should do that. Go out there and build a little fire and take a dish out there, because he's part of the Wooden Frogs. Even one of the girls, Judy or Nancy or Charity, you know.
Yeah, I know Charity. I was expecting her to be up here for the powwow this weekend, but a no show. So I was kind of disappointed in that. What we wanted to do was take her over and do some interviewing with Jenny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we'll have to see if we can. Maybe she's going to be up for Vermilion.
Mm-hmm. Maybe she will.
I know she lives down, I think, over by Green Bay. So she's probably about 8 hours away, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm heading over to how do you know what they call their community over in Lance and Baraga? What they traditionally call their community?
Oh no.
Hmm.
I never asked Dawn
Mm-hmm.
or anybody. I don't think I know the name, Indian name for
Well, they probably. Well, I don't know how Baraga would translate.
Yeah.
But I know like Red Cliff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they it's literally Nisco, whatever they would, however you say cliff.
Cliff, yeah.
Yeah.
Or like, I think a cliff and a mountain are almost like the same thing.
Oh, okay, yeah. But anyway, I was going to be heading over there this after our show is done. I'm going to head home and pack up and head over that way. I got my daughter was born on the 7th, so tomorrow is her birthday, and I'm going to take her and my grandboys out to dinner to celebrate. So then I'll be back. Well, actually, no, yeah. So I won't be back till I think Thursday late. So we probably, just to let our listeners know, we probably won't be doing a live show on Thursday, unless Anishinaabemoin wants to come in and host.
Yeah, because we're getting a guest Thursday
Oh, okay.
too. You know.
Was he planning on being here?
Yeah, he can.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's his language day Thursday, so
He'll be up
he
here.
works up here because he has language at 5:30.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's arrange that. And so
Mhm.
you'll have a new ski DJ
Yeah,
host. He'll
yeah.
be here.
And then our guests, I think we could get more. I've been asking, like, we'll have a guest Thursday, and then next Tuesday, I think we'll have Bejan said he could
Oh,
come be
nice.
the guest.
Yeah.
Brent Thursday,
Uh-huh.
and then I was gonna ask Carlos
Okay.
Jensen.
Yeah. He was just in here. We're gonna have
Mhm.
him help us out with some social media stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah. So that'd be awesome to have him come up and.
Yeah, he come after Paulo, and he said, Bonjour, no commence, he said.
Mhm.
Come in. Then yesterday he come back again at noon. He bought a pizza. He must ate half. And Nukumis, you want a piece? He said. I said, yeah. Then he went to visit with Anthony.
Mhm.
And he stayed there for about 4 hours at our house talking with Anthony.
Mhm.
Anthony was saying he knows a lot about whatever he does. I don't know.
Yeah. So I'm excited. I think we'll have him on board hopefully by next week, either on Monday or Wednesday for sure.
Yeah, I was thinking, because he said, Nukumis, I might be going up to KBFT, and I was going to say, did you get tired on summer youth?
Uh-huh.
But I don't even know if they're having summer youth.
Yeah, I haven't. Well, actually, I think I saw something, and they did have a deadline, but it was like way back in March.
Oh.
So I'm assuming that they're going to be, because I was going to sign up to have somebody come up here and work with us up here.
And at the same time, they'd be learning their language and
Yeah.
how to run stuff up here.
Oh yeah, we need some young blood, I guess, up here.
Yeah.
So I encourage parents if you if you could help us out, this just keeps the radio station going, kind of gives a little younger input into what we're doing here, and so that's always a good thing. And I look forward to working with these young kids. Actually, Boys and Girls Club asked us too to do like a radio 101, have them come through here and do a little tour, show them how we do all this. And I'm sure they have all kinds of new ideas that they could, help us with. So even just being as young as they are, because I don't know how many, the age group, I think they're up to 18, I believe, or 17, that could come and participate with us. So yeah, we're going to be doing a Radio 101, and we're currently working on getting somebody to work with all of our youth, and then anybody else that wants to be part of what we do here. And you've been here, you grew up here all your life, and I'm really proud of you that you stepped forward and come up here. And I know everybody is Indian-ish about hearing their own voice or seeing themselves.
I said, once they get used to it, they'll want to do that.
Yeah.
They'll want to.
Yeah.
And that was Carlos. He right away he'd start using the Indian word,
Good.
Called me Nukumis, and then when he went out, he said Gigawaba men,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so he's a young person.
Well,
When he
good.
was summer youth last year, I worked summer youth teaching down, and he knew how to count to 100.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if he still knows how. I didn't ask him, and him and his sister.
Uh-huh.
I can't remember her name, but she worked there too, and they took they had to be there or they wouldn't get paid.
Yeah.
They had to take, but there was like Monique and Aaliyah and Abby.
Yeah.
All of them. But that was good, you know. They had that summer youth where they could learn little bit words and
Mm-hmm.
learn some of the.
Yeah, that's right. You guys did that last summer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I remember that. And so yeah, if you can encourage your young ones to get involved up here, we got plenty of toys, plenty of equipment, you know. And if they have ideas, we'll help them do whatever that they want to do. Cameras, recorders, you know. So if they're already doing something, they're probably a way to incorporate that into what it is that we're doing here, and you know, so they can be of service, and of course we'll pay them. So yeah.
You know, that would be good if they could go take a camera and take pictures of like deer, animals,
Yep.
you know, the woods,
Yep.
the medicines, the blueberries, the
Oh yeah,
you know, all
that would be good, and we got money to you know, pay for their time, so that would be good. What we want to do is encourage everybody to kind of be involved in some way. We got contracts that we can do. You don't have to sign up to be an employee or anything like that. And yeah, and it's we try to pay you know, what it's worth. And in this business, you know, a lot of the work that people do
Sean,
is what do you call it?
about the bit.
It's worthwhile, and we want to encourage people to get involved. And hey, we got one guy right here. We got somebody coming up, and he's going to be doing a show for us. Yeah, Sean Douglas. He's here to. You see, I'm sorry, I don't have a microphone for you.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm excited. I'm really excited to do this. Like, I appreciate the opportunity. I want to do as much for the community as I can. I'm trying to turn some positive leaf over, you know, just something for the younger generation to look up to and know that, you know, whatever they're trying to do, they can definitely do it. You know, it's not everything is negative. We can make a positive out of a couple different negatives, you know, so it's like,
Yeah,
I'm excited.
I never even thought of that. But yeah, in math, it's like that. They say two negatives make a positive. So yeah, the more people we can, you know what I mean. And it's all about, at least for some people, they might think, hey, you know, I got too much drama in my life, but no, people need to learn from that.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And you can help other people.
Exactly. I like to look at it like most people talk about they take L's, take losses, but you know, it's never really a loss if you learn something. Yep. So that's another L right there, and it turns into a lesson. So those L's are always lessons as long as you take something from it and do something a little different the next way to make it right. You know?
Or just pass it on.
Or pass it on, exactly.
Yeah, and just so other people can kind of see it as an example. Well, that's really good, man. We look forward. I know Orlando is working out a contract with you, and we look forward to supporting you and you know, some of your music, your rap, and definitely want to tap into your network, you know, and the people that are in the music industry, and you know, because I know everybody's got their own little network of people that are out there. So definitely, let's hit it.
Yeah, no, there's I mean, it's 12 years of networking, you know. I think it's about time we do something with it, you know, not just let it sit and fizzle away. There's no, can't let that happen, you know.
Yep. Well, we kind of got our eye on, you know, with Orlando. He's got networks with, I think he said Ice Cube and some of the other West Coast type rappers, cool. You know, cool. So he's got some connection, and so we want to do that. And of course, you know, see these guys nowadays, you know what I mean? Even that they're not the big superstars, you know what I mean? But they're coming back behind and doing the same thing that you're doing, you know, working with communities with positive direction.
Yeah.
You know, so that's always really nice to see.
First thing you gotta do make the reservation look like a reservation. You know, like that with signs up like the stores, the community,
Yeah,
the schools.
Yeah.
They gotta clean the lake shores, you know, how it was a long time ago. You know, ricing coming up and they
get things in order.
get them in order before
Okay.
August or, you know.
Yeah.
I said I wish I was able like go rake the weeds off the shore down there.
Yeah, no,
Where
that's
everybody gets on and off, you know.
because it's nice to see, you know, and it's good for the environment, but it's just nice to see,
Yeah.
you know, like
There are people that come in and, you know.
yeah, no, that's not a bad idea at all. And I've been having people ask, you know, when are we gonna do the next event with food or whatever, you know, and cooking
Yep.
lunch for everybody. So that's in the works right now.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we could definitely do some cleanup. I know we do cleanup on the road every July. You know, that's only once a year, but it's why not, you know, make it a thing all around.
I heard a lot of comments on the food at powwow. Everybody said they liked that beaver they
It was really good, yeah.
I just heard about that this
Yeah.
morning too.
And even just all the rest of the dishes that they did down there. And I want to give I always forget to give thank yous out there and appreciation, you know, to everybody that was involved in organizing that. I know I saw Tony, you know, just sweating and doing things, you know, and I wanted her to know that we appreciate her effort, you know, in organizing all the maintenance crew, the grounds crew, you know, emptying the garbage cans and making sure that the water is, you know, cold for everybody else. So that was really good. Miigwech to the powwow committee.
Yeah, we gotta have more wild foods out, you know.
Yeah.
And a pot of powwow next time. Oh,
So
okay.
we're at the end of the hour and want to thank Sean for stopping by, and we'll let Auntie have the last word. And she'll be here on Thursday with a guest, so tune in.
Okay, Gigawabamin. Nagach. See you later. Gigawabamin Nagach.
Sorry.